Hey, what's this? It's another challenge run. This time, I'm going to play through Pokemon Fire Red with only the starter given to me by this guy here. And since I'm not a freeloading jerk, I'm not allowed to use any Pokemon centers to heal my Pokemon. Now, what does this mean for me? This means I'm gonna have to use items to heal HP, restore status ailments, and get power points back from moves. But power points are very hard to restore outside of Pokemon centers. There are two items, the Ethers or the Elixirs, but they're never sold in marts, and they're very hard to find. So I'm gonna have to circumvent that problem by learning new moves almost constantly. Every TM that I'm able to use is pretty much gonna be fired up, and every move tutor that I can use will have to be exploited just to make it through the game. So, what starter am I to choose? If I took Bulbasaur, I'd have type advantage against the first two gyms and the last gym. If I chose Squirtle, I'd have type advantage against the first gym and the last gym. And those aren't very entertaining fights where I just sit there and spam Water Gun. So, Charmander it is. Another reason to choose Charmander is HMs. Charmander can learn Cut, Strength, and Fly, the earliest HMs. Squirtle can't learn Cut, so it'd have to catch something that can learn Cut, and that's a waste of, at minimum, 200 Pokedollars that I need for potions and everything else. And if I had chosen Bulbasaur or Squirtle, I'd never be able to fly, because I am letting Charmander evolve. And of course, the last reason to choose Charmander is everybody likes Charizard, right? Actually, my first playthrough of this game, I always chose Squirtle because blue was my favorite color. Heh. There he is. And he has relaxed nature, which gives him a boost in the defense stat, but lowers his speed stat. That I'm not too concerned about, losing speed, but having a higher defense stat will mean I'll have to spend less on potions to heal him back up. So let's see how he can handle himself against his first non-type coverage fight. Either way, after you win or lose this fight, you are fully healed, which goes against the nature of this challenge, but there's no way around it. I'll let him cover the basics of battling. Another grand thing about choosing Charmander over Squirtle is you are given Growl instead of Tail Whip as your stat lowering move. Tail Whip wouldn't be all that effective later on as he becomes more trying to survive than attack. He'll be whittling away rather than being whittled at. And Growl will help me try and get the upper hand in fights like those. There he is with his purple pants, and he runs away. Let's follow him. Now, the real name of this game isn't Pokemon Fire Red. It's Running and Scavenging. I will be collecting as many free items and junk lying around on the ground as I can. Not necessarily because I should be using it on Charmander, but if I don't use it, I can sell it and buy something I can and will have to use. keep in mind, every single attack that lands on Charmander, I'm gonna have to negate with a healing item at some point. And in these early segments here, the main indicator of that is going to be Poison Sting and Poison Point ability. Because I'm going to get poisoned a lot, and every time I'm poisoned, I have to use an antidote. Which I think are 300 $. It's more of a money management simulator than any Pokemon training, as I'm not going to kill or even try and battle any wild Pokemon, because that's a waste of a power point, and I'm going to lose health if I battle them, which means also I am going to avoid any non-essential trainers. If they rotate around, I won't get seen by them. I'll have to time it, and if they are just looking off into some other random direction, I'm not going to go there. And as for grinding, it would make this challenge very, very not a challenge, and also not interesting to watch. So, no grinding, no trainers, no wild enemies to boost my stats and give me some type of advantage and or a chance against the gym trainers. Of course, since we are freeloading cheapskates in every other aspect except for Pokemon Center healing, we are going to beg everybody for town maps and potions and other items. There's a Rattata. Got away safely. Now, as a result of no grinding, Whopper Jr. is going to be at level 6 until I actually have to fight a trainer, which, surprisingly, is very far off. You'd expect in an RPG you'd have to at least do some sort of battle or enemies before or during the first dungeon, but I guess it's just that easy of an RPG that they just show you old men. Got away safely. And this guy we didn't even have to beg, and he gave us a free TEACHY TV. Too bad Pokemon Marts won't accept that as currency. Patches of grass like this, largely walked around if possible. And those items on the other side of that fence there will probably be returned for long after they have a purpose. Free antidotes and trees are staples of this run, as are Voltorbs sitting in the grass. Only that's not a Voltorb, that is a Pokeball. Pokeball we won't be ever using other than trading it in, because I don't need any other Pokemon to get me through this. I have faith in Whopper Jr. and a lot of retries. It's our first trainer. Oh, no, he's not even a trainer. There he is. Oh, wait. It's a Weedle. And we can just walk around this guy. Will I be stuck at level 6 forever? This one doesn't even make an attempt at seeing me. And this antidote wouldn't give me a fight if I wanted it to. Overall, Viridian Forest is pretty much just a walkathon and sort of a collectathon. That trainer up there He's facing a bush. He doesn't even try to catch you. Caterpies and everything else. Now, when I'm running through forests like these, I am deathly afraid that I'll run into a shiny Pokemon from which I cannot escape, and I'll have to start all the way over. But that hasn't happened just yet. Free potion, and I'll stop it here. Let's just check in on Whopper Jr. and see how he's done over this first video.